you either love them or you hate them. It's a love-hate situation. Now they've got an aroma about them. They're like garlic. You can smell them. You can smell them a long ways away. Yeah.
When we started dating and of course got married, then
I turned her on to some of the finer things.
Catfish and ramps.
Catfish and ramp.
Hello, Tim Barnwell here. Welcome to the Face of Appalachia. Ramps only come for a few weeks each spring, hidden in the mountains, strong enough to clear a room, and loved enough to bring a whole community together. In Appalachia, digging ramps isn't just about food, it's about family, memory, and a way of life that's fading fast.
Well, if you like garlic, you'll like ramps because they're wild garlics, really what they are. They're stronger than the onion, and if you can get the blades green on them and cut part of your blades up when you fix them, they actually have a sweet taste to them. I had a preacher friend in Robbinsville, and he's a mountain man. I mean, he was a mountain man. I asked him, I said, brother, I guess you really like ramps, don't you? He said, I hate them. He said, the only thing I can figure out ramps are good for, he said, dry them out, crush them up, take something and crush them up, and put them in a poultice and hang it around your neck to ward off evil spirits. But now I don't see it that way. I like them pretty good. I like them pretty good. You got to acquire the taste for them.
This is ramp season in the mountains of North Carolina. Ramps are one of the first wild foods to come out of the Appalachian forest, a signal that winter is finally over.
I marry a lot of couples. And I told them that the day of the rehearsal, I was going to make them eat a big bunch of ramps. And if they made it through that, I was going to marry them because it was true love if they could stand the ramps. Oh, no.
So how long you been digging ramps?
Well, about all my life, ever since I was a kid, as far back as I can remember, big enough to carry something to dig with, I've been digging ramps. Daddy took me when I was just a young boy. We'd go to Ball Mountain, places like that, and dig them. But I've always loved them. My sons always loved them. Daddy's always loved them things, and we've eaten them ever since I can remember. And I get to craving them about this time of year. Well, really a little earlier. I don't know. Some people might say it'll make you shed off a good measure. I don't know exactly what that means, but old Snake shed his skin. I guess man need a big bait of ramps. He could shed off a little bit. Back in the day, we used to go, we'd dig them. I'd just take a bologna sandwich and we'd eat them raw there on the creek bank, and take a good bologna sandwich and dig some ramps and peel them and eat them right there beside the creek. Don't do that much no more. I don't eat them raw much no more.
In these mountains, knowledge isn't written down, it's passed from hand to hand, from father to son. Each new generation learns where to look for ramps and how to prepare them. These wild edibles grow in rich, shaded soil, often on the north side of the mountain, hidden until you know exactly where to look. So how do you tell where a good spot is to go look?
Well, there's just been certain spots down, and it's real high mountains. Wolf Laurel, there's a lot of ramps in Wolf Laurel. Used to be, there's not like they used to be. They've dug a lot of them out, but good black dirt, poplars, that's where they're at, and above 3,000 feet, you can get in some ramps. They're not everywhere. There's just places that they are. several places in Yancey County, several places on Laurel that there's ramps.
Are there any indicators that can tell you kind of when it's time to start looking, like when the dogwoods come out?
Yeah, well, they're a little before dogwoods. They're one of the first things that come up. I've been seeing them since March. They'll start peeping through before leaves starts.
All right, so what are we going to do today?
Well, we're going to try to dig a few ramps. Just pull that dirt back and just pull that dirt back from around there, and if you're going to dig it from that way, I'd pull it over just like that, and then right about right here somewhere.
You'll be trying to dig the root all?
Yeah, dig root and all.
Just go back up, try to hit all the way in?
Yeah, I'd dig it, I'd put it this deep as I could right there. There you go. You'll eventually get under them. You may have hit something there, Tim.
Be my luck.
Now, there you go. There you go. Them's good eaters right there.
You just gotta knock the dirt off?
Yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. See that small one got dug up with them big ones? We'll put him right back in there. That and them there's good. Okay. Put him right back in. He'll be back next year.
All right.
Lord willing.
Yeah. So what we got in the sack there?
Oh, we
got a pretty good mess?
Oh yeah, we got a good mess around.
So you wanna...
Got enough to nearly kill you.
You wanna go cook them up?
Yeah, let's go fix them. We'll have to clean them. That's the process right there.
Okay.
All right.
Those who know never take them all. They leave enough growing for another meal next year, ensuring future generations will have them to enjoy. So tell me a little bit about what comes next now that we've dug them up.
All right, we're gonna see that bud right there. We're gonna clip that off. It's the way I do it. Some people try to wash them before, but they get awful slimy if you wash them before. But we'll take them and wash them here just in a minute. We'll do just about like right there, and we'll introduce that to some hot grease after a while.
So how long do you think the season is? Just a matter of weeks, right?
Probably 5 to 6 weeks. It's according to the spring and according to the altitude. I mean, as far as the higher they are, the later they are, and so some of them it's down lower. They'll come up a little earlier. They'll come up 2 weeks earlier, and they will back like towards the top of the ball or top of Wolf Laurel or some of those places. They're probably just now ain't much bigger than that there. I mean, it's funny how they do.
We're early April here, first week in April, and
yeah, it won't be long till they'll be, when they get this size, it's just a week or two till they're gone. They'll be gone, or they'll be yellow anyway.
There's a lot of the ramp festivals. I know churches have different kind of ramp dinners. Tell me a little bit about kind of the importance in the community, you think.
Well, it's just a time to get together, and I've been to a lot of ramp dinners, and we used to have one down at the church where I pastor. We'd get together and fix some ramps, and a lot of churches do it. It just brings people together. I guess because there's just a short window of time that you get to do that, and people love them so much, or most people, a lot of people, let me put it that way. There's a lot of people that don't like them, don't want to be around them, but it's just a short period of time, and you get 40, 50 people, 100 people, whatever, and go dig a big bunch of ramps and have a ramp cleaning and then a ramp frying. It's just a lot of fun, and everybody's all stunk up with the time they leave.
Yeah, my wife ran me out of the house when I came home from the Cherokee Festival the other day.
Yeah.
What happens at the Parker's farm happens all across these mountains. But in Cherokee, North Carolina, that tradition unfolds on a much larger scale. Each spring, on the opening day of trout season, hundreds gather for the Cherokee Rainbow and Ramp Festival, where tribal members serve over 500 visitors a meal of trout and ramps with all the fixings. It's a day filled with music, dancing, and storytelling, but at its heart, it's about community.
So everyone here today is in celebration of not only our opening day of trout season, but also to enjoy a great meal of rainbows and ramps. So the ramp is one of the very first edible plants that shows its head this time of the year in the early spring. And if you're a Cherokee, you hit those mountains and you go digging for ramps. In the Cherokee culture, ramp was not just the first edible plant this time of the year, but we also used it for medicine. And I know everyone loves to prepare them different ways. I like to have mine fried with potatoes or diced up and even put into meatloaf. But there's many different ways that you can prepare the ramp. Now I can't walk away from here this morning with also talking about food sustainability. So when it comes to our ramps, the Cherokees and almost every family in every community has different places that they go to dig their ramps. For some of the families, it's also a secret, and they don't like telling you where they find their ramps. The reason for this is because we are losing a lot of our ramp patches because they're being over-harvested. So if you love to go out and dig ramps, I do want to caution you. There is a Cherokee belief that when we go and gather, you do not take every plant that you come across. We only take one of every fifth plant or even a third of the area that you're digging in. It's important that you leave some of that field of ramps intact and in the ground. That way they can finish their growing cycle, and it also helps us to know that we will always have ramps growing in our mountains.
So how many years have you been coming to the festival?
This will probably be my third year coming, yeah.
And what do you like about it?
I like seeing all the people come together, and nowadays, like where everybody's talking Cherokee, it's nice to hear everybody speaking the language. So I like to see the community coming out and getting to know one another, and also getting to know all the outsiders too, coming in and watching the dances and the prizes.
Anybody that's putting these ramps up, let me let you in on a little secret. If you're going to put them in the fridge, don't ever put them in there wet. And then you put them in the fridge and hold them for 7 or 8 days and then cook them. But if you put them in there wet, they'll run.
At our house, even though there's only 2 of us, you rarely get to cook for 2. because Ken usually comes up and eats supper with us a lot of times. And then you never know, our daughter lives up the road and her son loves stuff like this. And so you never know who's going to stop by to eat. So we always fix more than we need because we never know who's going to end up here eating supper.
Ramps were never meant to be eaten alone. They're part of a meal and a moment, a reason to gather, to slow down, and to stay connected to one another. And on this day, I was thankful that I got to spend it with the Parkers. You got a little water and then you're going to raise the heat, did you say? Or?
Yeah, I raised the heat on it. Add a little water because some of them heads are pretty big. And kindly boil them, and then all that water will cook off and then cook right back down to the grease.
We got catfish on one eye, and we got the ranch still cooking on the other eye.
Yes, sir. Them ramps is getting there. Won't be long now. Most people do put eggs in there. Some people just cook them with taters. I don't think you can fix them wrong. We've put them in meatloafs. We put them in hamburgers. We've done a whole lot of stuff like that. Just anything you'd use garlic for, you can use a ramp for. Well, we got hog meat, catfish, and taters. And ramps. You can't beat that, can you?
No.
You like fish?
I do, yeah.
You eat many catfish?
Not in a while.
Yeah, I hate to ruin you, but you may buy you a boat after you eat some of them. Lord, we come to you again today, Father, thankful for this good privilege we have to bow our heads. Thank you, God, for your good grace and mercy that you bestowed upon us, Lord. Again, we thank you for this good day. I don't know about a Madison County woman that don't eat ramps.
Thank you for fixing this wonderful meal. Sharing
You're
it with me.
very welcome. We were happy to have you.
I've actually heard a couple of guys tell me that when they were kids, they were made to sit out in the hall at school after eating ramps.
I've been there. I got set out in the hall a couple times. I don't think, but that's eating them raw. I mean, they smell when you eat them cooked, but if you eat them raw, they pretty tough. And the teacher, I have been set out in the hallway 2 times. Yeah, but I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that.
Are they getting harder to find?
Yeah, they're getting harder to find. A lot of people selling them, and they've been digging them since it's that high already, and they're selling all over the place. There's people with stands that's got ramps for sale, and first one thing another, and so yeah, they're getting harder to find. It's if you can find a little patch somewhere, you're a lucky man.
So I guess that's why everybody kind of keeps a secret where their patch is.
Oh yeah. If you got a ramp patch or a ginseng patch, you don't say nothing about it. Oh Lord. Well, I love this kind of stuff right here. I've done it all my life, and probably be doing it till I die. And the Lord sure blessed us to let us be a mountain people and to get to enjoy stuff like this. Ain't nothing like these mountains.
On this channel, I hope to continue to honor the people, vibrant culture, and strong traditions of Appalachia. If you share my interest in the people and places I call home, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons to learn more about this way of life. The black and white photographs in our videos are taken from my 3 Appalachian-themed books, which are available online. You can find us at thefaceofappalachia.com and barnwellphoto.com, and on Instagram at Tim Barnwell Photography. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again soon.